looks like I lost my goddamn pendulum until I can find it, which is probably in my fucking backpack somewhere. Granted, I'm not digging through all the shit because I got a lot of shit in which I collect and which I do keep on hand for bartering reasons. So I'll go ahead and get into some mediumship and see what spirits come up. So I'm already seeing a lady and another spirit that was both a lady and a guy. So this could have been like a transition for one spirit, in which I'm seeing that this could be someone that's alive and someone close to you, whether it's you per se that has had a transition, whether it be a medical transition from like a guy to a lady or some shit, or a lady to guy. I'm seeing that because for some reason it flipped from a guy to a lady. So that's what I'm seeing for one cause. And I'm seeing that there is, uh, I think, a little bit of a downtrodden view of males in your family, in which they treat the ladies more akin and more with more respect and nobility than they do guys. So who knows? Probably the guys in your family were treated like shit, whilst the ladies were treated like goddamn queens and things of that sort. There was probably a prejudice against guys, and this could have been something in which was inspired by a mother figure, or it could have even been a grandmother. It could have been something that's been stretched for a long time and which has been a continued occurrence. And so, if this is not you that transitioned, it could be someone close to you and which just got tired of fucking, being treated as less than and tried to really fit into the group. And I'm getting it's more so that they didn't do it because they wanted to. And if they did do it because they want to, it was because, well, hmm, for some reason, it could be a very menial reason, like just so that way they can get a better shot with guys and shit like that. But I'm getting more so that has to do with family base. That's the reason why they did as they did, or are about to. And much if the medical procedure hasn't happened, it could be occurring at a later date. And for the lady, I'm seeing a darker hair and a little bit of a purplish light blue dress with a bit of an opening right here at the cleavage. And what else can I describe from the spirit? Not much is really occurring. I'm getting that there could be a creative aspect to this lady, but it's very silent. It could be that this spirit, whenever it comes to real life, either could have been a mute or someone that has just very spoken very little, because I'm trying to wait for a response as to what they truly participated in, and they almost said it half-assed. They weren't even sure of it themselves that they were really committed to it. So it could be some artistry in which they did do, but they didn't go public with it. There could have been journals and shit and pictures, who knows, after their passing, and which was collected, and which probably you haven't seen, or people closer to your family just haven't noticed in general. Uh, And if it was seen, it was definitely more so by the father figure. I am definitely saying that the father figure was definitely the one of whom is the one that could be holding those artistries of theirs, of the one of whom passed. And it could have been really rooted in depressive nodes. So I'm getting it could be very similar to suicide. Um, if it's not suicide, it could be from a broken heart in which they pretty much passed. In which, yes, people can die from broken hearts. That is something which can happen. And there's an actual fucking medical condition for that. I'm getting that this lady, this deceased spirit, was interested in guys that had a lot of oomph, flair, or shit like that. Like very much showboating type motherfuckers. And which would show up to a party with every eye on them. They would always be outgoing and shit, and things of that sort. Very close to the narcissistic spectrum. But granted, not all people, not all guys, which are like that, are narcissistic in general. Even though there's a broadened sense that they are, not really, not with all guys, because I'm a showboater motherfucker too. But it's like I don't leverage all the attention I get for my own personal gain. At least not all the time, anyways. Hmm. There could have been a hidden pregnancy, and which wasn't spoken about, and which I'm getting that with this deceased spirit, there could have been a pregnancy in which they had, but it wasn't disclosed in medical papers, or if it was disclosed to medical professionals, it was definitely shared to only the closest of family members, but it wasn't shared to the entire family. It's more so kept a secret. I'm also getting a bit of a heartbreak too. This person could have probably died from heartbreak, as I pretty much stated as earlier. But I'm also getting too that they died with the baby in their womb. And they were wanting to keep the baby. Hmm. What other things can you mention, Spirit? I am seeing a file, and which was actually filed from the parents against the person of whom the baby was supposed to belong to, or that's what they were wanting to do, especially with the medical testing, which found out that she was pregnant. They were wanting to sue the parents or the person in general, in which pretty much gave her that baby. So there could have been a financial claim in which was issued against. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of about territory of that sort. So there could be something allocated in terms of will or shit like that, uh, concerning a place offhand. I'm seeing a place that has outlandish fucking foliage and shit like that. That's a little bit outside in rural areas, probably just outside the city, major cities in particular. So I'm getting that there could have been a plot of land which was assigned, but wasn't allocated in general. The name of the applicant of the whom was going to receive that land was not specified. So there is a bit of a debacle about that subject matter. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and keep this short for around the 8-minute mark, just same as I did the other one. And I'm getting the name of Martha Stewart. So this is probably something in which the spirit was very much interested in, or was very much idolizing Martha Stewart. For some reason, there could be something in which this lady really did dig and pretty much into her like style and shit like that. So that could have been something in which was also elaborated as well with her clothing choice and get up and shit like that. And that'll probably be the end of this vid. So blessing be unto thee, O Spirit. Thank you for sharing and giving us this information to give.